A lot of you guys are wondering, what are my thoughts on ChatGPT and everything that's coming down the pike in terms of artificial intelligence? How does it affect my job as a content creator, and how does it affect your job as creators and graphic designers? Well, I'm going to just do a very short video going over just some of my own experiences using it and kind of seeing how it could help you in your career or hurt you. So let's go take a look. Here we are in a fresh new ChatGPT window, and we're going to just ask it some random graphic design questions to see how good it answers them. And this could also be good if you want to go on and say, I want to learn something. You can have this conversation with this AI bot, and it's going to be able to tell you a wealth of information. It is very scary from what my personal experience. So let's start really basic. What is graphic design theory? That's a question a lot of people want to know. How would it break it down? So it's thinking. Okay, so graphic design refers to the principles, concepts, and what I found very scary is it likes to write in a similar way that I've written in the past. So this is a really short answer, so sometimes you have to continue to plug away at it to get the right answer. So how about list the top 10 things you need to know about graphic design theory to be successful as a graphic designer. Might even help me with spelling too. Haha. Okay, so here we go. So list the top 10 things. I'm being very specific with it instead of being broad. List the top 10 things you want to know about graphic design theory to be successful as a graphic designer. So let's see what it comes up with. All right, went it back and did its little research. It took a long time, like 5 minutes to load this. So let's see how good it is. Color theory, understanding psychology of color. It's kind of creepy because this is like the outline of my masterclass course. Kind of wrote it for me. So color theory, understanding psychology of color, typography, knowledge of different typefaces, font styles, how to use typography to convey a message. I could have written this. It's really creepy. Composition, ability to arrange elements on the page. Balance, understanding balance and how to create balanced composition. Contrast, of course, I talk about that all the time. Hierarchy, I talk about that. Proximity, which is part of the Gestalt principles, which I'm developing a video on right now. Repetition, same thing. Alignment and white space. That's pretty strong. I mean, I could have written this, and that's really freaking me out. So what I notice, it's very broad. I mean, it's not going to give you a novel. And so you have to go very specific. So let's say, all right, color theory. Explain to me the psychology of color and how it can help me design better. All right, so here it goes. It's doing a brief explanation of color psychology, how colors affect human behavior and emotions. It helps in creating better design. It's written very well. So, it even breaks it down. So red is energy, excitement, and passion. Orange, warmth, optimism, and playfulness. And so I have like a little color psychology chart that I've spent hours creating, and it matches up with what it said. So keep in mind, these are general associations and can vary based on culture and personal experiences. Culture, that's really good to point out. Sometimes I have students say, well, in your culture, this is how it is, but what about my culture where colors are seen differently? So that's good to keep in mind. But this is really simple. Like, how can I dig deeper and go further? Because this isn't a lot. So let's go explain, because this is a chat. So they've already know this first answer. They already have this in their database. So now I can be more specific. Explain how the color red is best used in design. Okay, so now we're going to go dig deeper. Explain how the color red is best. See what it comes up with. Okay, high energy, attention grabbing color. Let's see, create a bold statement. Okay, so call to action. Evoke emotions. Red can be very powerful and passionate. It's basically writing one of the videos I did on color psychology, which is creepy because I didn't have to spend all that time writing it. I could have just typed it in here and like, oh my goodness, it's going to take away my job. Okay, anyway, so create contrast. But see, that's it. I want to go deeper. I want more. Like, okay, this is great for not even a blog post. So, I have an idea. Write a long blog post about how to use red in design. Okay, so maybe it'll be a little longer this time because that wasn't giving me a whole lot. It's all correct and written very well, but not a lot. So using red in design, tips and tricks for making a bold statement. Okay, red is a powerful color, so it's just kind of rehashing what it already said. So let's see if it says anything new. So this is a blog post, which is interesting because I see blog posts being totally generated by AI in the future, why would a writer, have to do all this research to then just have a bot write something that sounds just as good and is researched? So it's like, this is interesting. I can see some problems with content not being made by real humans, and the internet losing some of its organic nature, right? Okay, so tips for using red. Use red as an accent color. Okay, so it's going to go into specifics about how to do that. Call to action, like I already said, which is kind of scary because it already guessed the call to action word that I used before it even said it. Create a color scheme that balances red with other colors. Okay. Black, white, or gray to create a sense of balance. You can also use complementary colors such as green or blue. And harmonious. It even talks about the color harmonies. Consider the context in which your design will be viewed. Okay. On the other hand, design is aimed at a younger audience. Consider using brighter or more vibrant shade of red to evoke a sense of energy and excitement. So it's even talking about age and youthfulness. Experiment with different shades of red. There are many different shades of red, unique associations. Okay, let's go really specific. What are some shades of red that would work well for a high-end fashion company? I mean, we are getting very specific. But I need more than what it's giving me. It's great, but it's not getting to the heart of some real good things here. So for a high energy fashion company, the following shades will work well. Burgundy, a deep, rich shade of red that evokes sophistication and luxury. Ruby, cranberry, maroon, and wine. It's important to remember that the shade of red you choose will align with the brand's image. Yes. Okay. All right, so explain how ruby would make a good fit. Okay, so let's see if it's more like a conversation where it already knows what I've already said. I don't have to sit here and rehash it. So ruby is a bright, vibrant, so it's just explaining what ruby is. Ruby can be used in a variety of ways to add interest. Okay, accent color. Okay, strong memory. I mean, I just kind of feel like it's generic at this point, that maybe I don't have to worry about my job as a content creator being taken anytime soon because it's very, very basic. And there are ways, and I have to do some more research on creating prompts that are even more specific. And I've seen people, and I have a friend of mine who's in video editing, and he said, write some code to be able to move an object in After Effects. And he typed it in, and he was able to create this quick script that was able to move this circle around on ChatGPT. So I thought that was really cool. That I can see how writing code and would be better, but in terms of writing content, it's a little dry, it's a little basic, it's correct. And for creating really basic entry-level beginner stuff, this is good, but for more advanced stuff with an experienced designer's eye, it's lacking that humanity. Of course, it's not a human. So I'm not super concerned it's going to take over my job. So let's have some more fun with this. Let's go. I'm going to ask the question everybody wants to know. How do you make $1 million as a graphic designer? I want to know this. So how do you make $1 million? Just see what it comes up. Well, okay, it's already starting to type. That's creepy. Build a strong portfolio, showcase your best work. Okay, yes, that makes sense. Specialize in a niche. That is correct. You want to be able to specialize so you can charge for your very specific skills. You got to be the best in the industry to make $1 million in graphic design, the best logo designer, the best UX, UI designer. Okay, so create a product. Sell your own products. This is exactly what I did. I created courses. I create content. That is what pushed me past $1 million as a graphic designer. That is actually correct. Number 3 is super important. Okay, number 4, offer additional services. That's good to increase, kind of have some passive income type stuff. Network and collaborate. Some of the best ways to collaborate is doing all these conferences, and it's not really what you learn at the conferences that is important, but the people you find and network with. You could have someone who's higher up than you that you can network with and really benefit from their knowledge. Okay, diversify your income streams. Consider taking on freelance work, consulting, or teach. That's what I do. That's what I did. Teaching to increase your earning potential and maximize financial risk. That's a pretty number 6. That's 6 and 3. That's right on the money. You got to think outside of just specific graphic design client work. Okay, so 7, continuously improve your skills. Some of this is kind of obvious, but they cover it. So making $1 million as a graphic designer requires a combination of hard work and talent and business acumen. Okay, sounds like someone's writing for a business book. By following these steps and consistently improving your skills, you can increase your earning potential and achieve your financial goals. It sounds like a 1990s, video advertisement. But anyway, so that's interesting. So it's like, well, what other questions can I ask this thing? What's some of those burning questions? I think it'd be fun if you guys tried this just for an hour and just ask some of your questions to see what it would come up with. I haven't been impressed with the depth and the detail, but maybe that's me just needing to work better on being specific with prompts. I know that's probably the case. So I don't have to worry about my job being taken anytime soon. Something that I want to do more of is write more books. I think that's something I have a passion for. I already have a graphic design theory book, but it would be neat to write more. What if I did this? Okay, write a short book on graphic design theory. Let's see if it would take away my job. I spent months writing a book on graphic design theory. Oh, look at this. And I kind of already knew this was going to happen. That's why I did that. I'm sorry, I cannot write a short book on graphic design theory in this format. Writing a book typically requires longer format and more in-depth research and analysis. Oh, you mean like a human? Like a real person who has design experience writing a book like I did? So this makes me very happy that, okay, this is not going to take away my job. Maybe it might take away people who blog, people who write faceless YouTube videos. I can see them writing scripts. Maybe some coders might need to worry. But I don't think I need to worry about writing books. This thing is not going to do that for me. Kind of sad because it would be nice to just type it in and have a book pop out, but it's not magic. It's not a magical machine. It's going to need real months of research. Maybe as they work on this, it will do that. And when it can write books, you need to really worry because not only blogs and YouTube videos will be a bunch of AI written stuff over and over the same generic way of writing, but also books. And that's the scary part. But anyway, I had fun experimenting with this. I just wanted to show you a quick little video about my experience. This is really just spent an hour with this, but just kind of my first thoughts and how maybe you can use it to learn a little bit of basics about graphic design. But it's not going to take away any of your jobs anytime soon, I don't think. So we're not there yet. But it's a really interesting technology, and I can appreciate some of the things that people have done with it. Have been really neat if you just Google some, or even just go on YouTube and look up some incredible things people have done with it. So anyway, thanks for listening.